Hello and welcome to Horror and Monster Collectibles, where today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Alien 3 Dog Alien 1/3 Maquette by Prime 1 Studios and CoolProps. First up is a look at the art box, which, interesting enough, has a CoolProps Sideshow and Prime 1 on there. Also with the shipper. It is on there too. In fact, as far as the shipper goes, the shipper says Sideshow Collectibles on here, which it has a bunch of other numbers on here. So this is obviously 248 of the 800 for the DX. DX is a nomenclature for Prime 1. Then you also have CoolProps number on here. So it seems like everybody's had a hand in this guy. Over here is the top tray. And everything is wrapped very well. I've not taken anything out as of yet. And in here is a look at the bottom tray. Prime 1 gives you a look at the two trays and removal instructions. And then on the back of here is assembly instructions, which we'll take a closer look at. All your parts. And then also they give you another heads up on assembly as far as not making contact with here. So I am going to get started on putting this bad guy together, and we will be right back. First up, let's look at the bottom of the base, which has your typical stuff on there, but nicely done. Looks clean. Up close shot of the top of the base, which it is quite large and heavy. It is about 25 inches wide and about 19.5 inches deep. We'll kind of spin around here and take a look at all that extra good detailing in here. The paint apps through here, it's just very, very well done. Now these candles here are translucent, and man, it would have been nice if we had like an LED feature on here where there was an LED in the bottom of these candles and they kind of lit up. I think that would have been rad, but no dice. This is still an amazing piece though. The body has now been assembled and mated to the base. The body consists of 3 main pieces, and what we have here is the torso and the right leg and the left arm are all one piece. And then we have a separate piece for the left leg and the right arm. Let's go ahead and take an up close look at this real quick. But the seam is very well hidden. Which I like. It is obviously not as well as what they've done here, is where they have assembled this, they've affixed that permanently to there. We can see the seam right through here for the left leg. But it is very well hidden. The paint app on him is top notch. I had 0 issues with mating the body to the base, and I don't have any issues as far as the fingers not making any kind of contact with the base. I saw one person had a problem where the finger was kind of like not sitting down on the base right, but mine is okay. So let's continue on. First, we will put on the open mouth sculpt. We'll take a good look at this guy. The detailing on here is just phenomenal. This is going to be the definitive Dog Alien piece for sure. I just don't see anybody beating it, especially at this price point. So we have a magnet joint here, just like we did on the body, and it is a stout connection. Unlike a sideshow piece where the heads fall off, this is a very positive engagement. And he is on there, just like that. All right, so spinning them around, we will install the tail, which is not posable. It is fixed in place. And it has a nice keyed in feature and also a magnet. And also everything is poke-yoked, so there is only the correct way to install it. So it takes a lot of the guesswork out. We will go ahead and key him in there and install the tail. And finally, we have the end of the tail. We will install him. Get him on there like that. Next, we will look at the inner jaws for the open mouth sculpt. And here is the short version, which the paint app kind of gets a little bit iffy through here for the teeth and everything. It gets a little unclean, but that's just kind of me nitpicking, really. There is a magnet feature on here, so we will clock that in, and we will do it and take a look how he looks with a short inner jaw installed, which personally I like. Let's take a look at the longer extended inner jaw, just right here. We'll go ahead and key that into place. Get it in focus. And I don't think that that's my favorite. I think that's probably definitely staying in the box. Let's take a look at the other head sculpt on him. All right, and here is the closed mouth portrait. And it does have a inner jaw installed. The teeth paint app could be a little bit better. Just gets, I think the shading kind of gets away from him on this a little bit. But again, that is me nitpicking. This is an absolutely stunning piece. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Caprice looks amazing. The paintwork inside looks amazing. And it's just absolutely stunning. Let's go ahead and get him installed. And let's go ahead and spin him around with this head sculpt installed. I don't think I'm on the fence, guys, about which one I'm going to display it with. I think I will use the open mouth on the statue itself, and then the extra stand will use the closed mouth. So let's go ahead and take a look at that stand while we're talking about it. Here is the stand that they have for the other sculpt, which is huge just in itself and very nicely detailed. I really like how they finished up the back here. I think that's a really cool way to kind of end the body. And I mean, the airbrush work on this whole thing is just stunning. So look at the bottom of the base. It is a killer companion piece, and it also makes it just an awesome standalone statue. Numbers match with the statue itself, and it's just killer. Now that we've gone over the assembly and all the pieces, let's go ahead and take a closer, in-depth look at the statue itself. And it is just amazing. This is something that I am definitely thrilled to own. And it is, again, it is the ultimate collectible as far as the Dog Alien. Studio ADI makes a Dog Alien, which is top notch for sure, but it comes in at about 4 times the price of this guy. And to be honest with you, I just don't see the value there. I definitely like the pose of this one better than the Studio ADI. And I also love the fact that this is a 1/3 scale, as I try to collect everything in 1/3 scale, and I kind of drop down to 1/4 if I have to. But I think that as far as detailing and everything, I think 1/3 just allows for more detailing and better paint apps, generally speaking. But this thing is just absolutely phenomenal. If I have to knock it, there are places where some parts are more flat than others. And generally speaking, it has a nice sheen to it, but there are places that could use some more gloss added. And it just kind of interrupts the continuity between different pieces. Like here behind the neck is kind of flat. But that's also an easy fix. And I do wish that the candles had LEDs in them and you could kind of light them up. Not that it would really make a difference as far as lighting up the base, but I think it would have it would just add that much more to the piece. Not that it lacks anything. I just feel like that would have been like a over-the-top incredible thing for them to do. But this is just absolutely amazing. So what would my final thoughts be? Obviously this is incredible. If you missed out on it, jump on it, try and get one. Even if you just get the extra DX head sculpt and stand, that will be a killer piece for your collection. But this is going to go down as a grail piece as far as alien collectors. And I know like that word is used way too much in the hobby, but this thing is just absolutely incredible, and it will be a grail. Mark my words on this thing. It's just stunning. Prime 1 knocked it out of the park. And again, like CoolProps had started this project, and they had done a pretty rudimentary sculpt on it, and Prime 1 just came in and added a whole bunch of details to it, finished it out incredibly, and then produced and painted the piece. And they just did a terrific job. They really did. I'm not sure exactly as far as what CoolProps had to do with the piece other than getting it started. And I know it's distributed by Sideshow in the States, but this is basically a Prime 1 piece. And it's just phenomenal, guys. I mean, it really is. It just looks insane. It's a must-have. So as always, feel free to leave any questions or comments that you have on the piece, and I'll be happy to answer them. And feel free to like and subscribe and click the bell for notifications for new videos. And until next time, I will see you guys later.